You're watching NewsdayTV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Two defendants in the body parts case appeared in court today, and one of them after being arrested again. Sherry Einhorn has the latest.
Body parts suspect Amanda Wallace walked into court this morning with her boyfriend, co-defendant Stephen Brown. The two, along with Alexis Nieves and Jeffrey Mackey, are charged with multiple felonies in connection with the human remains found scattered across Long Island. After a brief court appearance, Brown walked out and is due back next month. He's still on supervised release, wearing a GPS ankle monitor. But Wallace is now in custody after being arrested again. She's accused of stealing beauty supplies from this CVS store on East Montauk Highway in Lindenhurst on Friday night. According to this court document, Wallace admitted stealing eyelashes and nail polish, saying, quote, "I forgot my money and really didn't feel like walking back over." Judge James McDonough told Wallace, quote, "At the bare minimum, you should be able to go 9 days without being arrested."
We have no paperwork on the new cases. We have no discovery on the old case. We're still looking for the information that would tie her to either of these two cases. We're going to have to review whether or not the judge acted properly in remanding her without bail.
Now, the judge did set bail on this new charge, but ordered that Wallace be remanded on the previous charges. That is because by getting rearrested, she violated the conditions of her supervised release. This man says Wallace used to be his family's dog groomer.
I was a little surprised. I mean, it's not every day that you think your dog groomer might have buried some bodies.
The defendants are charged with concealing a corpse, tampering with evidence, and hindering prosecution. None are charged with murder. Suffolk police say the first of several severed remains were discovered in a Babylon park on February 29th. Police identified the 59-year-old victim as Donna Keneally. A 53-year-old male victim has still not been publicly identified.
The case was adjourned 2 weeks for the people to continue their investigation, which from our perspective we want them to continue to do to get it right.
The other two defendants are scheduled to be in court on Tuesday. In Central Islip, I'm Sherry Einhorn for NewsdayTV.
A Long Island nursing home must pay more than $2 million in restitution. A judge says Cold Spring Hills Nursing and Rehab Home must put that money back into the facility. Now, the nursing home operator, which is the second largest on the island, must also install an independent healthcare monitor to oversee patient care. The state attorney general says this will improve residents' care and quality of life. And Long Island will be getting nearly $21 million in state funding for housing. The money will go towards expanding more than 120 affordable housing units. Now, more than $7 million will go to Rockville Manor in Rockville Center, and a new 55 and over development in Brookhaven will get $13.2 million. And one Long Island theme park will be making a big announcement tomorrow.
We're here where it used to be the home to Adventure Falls, the log flume. We're making way, we're redeveloping the land, we're expanding the park to what's going to be our legacy corner.
Adventureland says these updates have been years in the making. A junior pirate ship has already been announced as a new addition to the park. Opening weekend is this weekend in Farmingdale, and to find out more about the park, go first in Newsday tomorrow. Another reality TV star will be opening a boutique in Huntington. Real Housewives of New Jersey star Melissa Gorga is opening up her second Envy shop in Huntington Village. You can find women's accessories, dresses, and more. The star announced it will open this Saturday.
In this day and age of social media and of misinformation everywhere you look, it's so critical for my work to come from a respected, trusted source where readers know they can trust it day in and day out.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
Only in Newsday, Long Island families and doctors are wrestling with when to take away car keys from those with dementia. Macy Eglin has the story.
My mother, Nancy Urban, was an amazing woman.
Stephanie Garcia of Islip Terrace, remembering her mom, who died of Alzheimer's disease in 2020.
She was the light of every party, of every room.
5 years before she passed, Stephanie got a call from her mom who was driving. She was lost, trying to find a store that had been shut down for over 10 years.
So that was something that definitely hit me and said, wait, something's up.
Nancy was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease, and eventually the keys had to be taken away, a decision that's difficult to make for many families.
You know, I'm telling a 54-year-old woman, you can't drive anymore. It was her life. It was her freedom.
It becomes a very profoundly life-altering feature of somebody's condition, especially on Long Island, where driving is almost an absolute necessity.
Dr. Alan Mazurek says Alzheimer's and dementia impact reaction time, making driving dangerous for the individual and others on the road. He says families should ask their doctor for help and resources.
I recommend that the family use the doctor as the quote-unquote bad guy.
In some states, a dementia diagnosis must be reported to authorities who can ultimately revoke licenses, but not in New York. Right now, local experts say over 60,000 Long Islanders are living with the disease.
I think it's not taken seriously enough, and I think that there needs to be more education and prevention out there.
While every case and diagnosis is different, Dr. Mazurek says those with concerns can request a driver reevaluation at the DMV or do an online assessment.
It has to be individually customized to the individual patient's needs and society's needs, and you have to find that balance.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Egland.
Now, to read more about this story, go to Newsday.com, click Get More, or the Newsday TV video box.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by King O'Rourke Automotive Group.
All right, so fans are enjoying the new Islanders home, but they are not enjoying the travel to get there. Jamie Stewart has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Let's go, Islanders! Let's go, baby!
And Islanders fans are going by car and train. But which do they prefer?
Train or car?
Train.
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 Train versus car, you say car all the way, why?
Just, it's easier because you don't have to worry about the times for the trains and the options on the way home and stuff, especially just it's easier to just jump in the car and go.
The Islanders have now been in their new home in Elmont for more than 2 years. And while no one can deny the aesthetics of the new barn,
the arena's beautiful. I mean, I can't knock the arena. It's great.
The commute to and from UBS Arena has fans pretty divided.
Commuting, I think the train is better.
Why is parking better than the train?
Because you can leave quicker. The train, you got to wait, and then there's a big mob of people. You get in your car, you close the door, and you can just go.
So I went to Twitter, or X, and took an unscientific poll on how fans feel about getting the whole UBS Arena experience. For more than 600 votes, the results are pretty split. Fans seem to love the convenience of the LIRR, while traveling by car, however, causes some issues.
This is my first time taking the train to the game. I've driven the last couple times, and the parking situation's fun.
And in the near future, commuters who drive will face some more bumps in the road, with construction underway for a 415,000 square foot retail village south of Hempstead Turnpike set to open this summer. In addition, over the next 2 years, the racetrack at Belmont Park will undergo a complete renovation. Inside UBS Arena, prices are a bit higher than they were at the Coliseum, but
for a family of 4 to attend an Islanders game, it costs an average of about $446, including food and parking. That according to the Fan Cost Index of 2022. Now that may seem like a lot, but it puts the Isles at 16 out of 32 National Hockey League teams.
Most fans I spoke with say the one aspect they miss the most when going to Islanders games, those epic Coliseum tailgates.
Yes, 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 yes!
That's why it'll never be the same, but it's good. It's great.
Train gating.
Yeah, train gating. Yeah.
For Newsday TV, I'm Jamie Stewart.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Now, to read more about UBS Arena and the Islanders, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your chilly Long Island weather. And boy, oh boy, it is not as springy as it was last week. Check out these temps. It's going to be 34 tonight, and tomorrow we're not even close to the 60s like we were last week. And get this, tomorrow's the first day of spring, folks, but it's going to be cold all day tomorrow pretty much, at least chilly in the 40s. And here's your 7-day, and we're just going to ignore Monday because I think it's still making up its mind.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.